Hello, my chickadees. Today we are in my garage because I'm going to need to use the saw and a drill, and I don't want to make a mess in my studio. This week's little arts and crafts project is going to be a flower press, but like a mini flower press. So I'm not sure if you've seen the videos, or maybe it's just my algorithm because I've been looking up crafts a lot recently. But I've got recommended like this video of a woman who made a flower press using a paint stick. And I thought that was really fun. It was like really small, but I wanted to make it just a little bit bigger. I don't want a massive flower press. I still want one that's small, but this for me is going to be just a bit too small. So I found this piece of wood in my garage. It hasn't been used yet, so I went ahead and I measured out about the size of a playing card. About the size of a playing card. And I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. And then I'm going to be drilling holes in the four corners of each of these. So I don't think I'm going to record it because it's just going to be loud whirring sounds. So I will see you in a minute for you, seconds for you, way too long for me. We're back inside. I've cooled down a little bit. So hot out there. My fault for wearing sweatpants in the garage. We're past it. Now what I need to do is sand down the edges so they're not so sharp and nobody gets a splinter. I also need to cut out some cardboard to size. I'm not sure how many pieces I'm going to cut. I will let you know here how many pieces I wind up cutting. And then I will need to also cut, I think, double the amount of cardboard pieces in this painter's paper because this is what the flowers are going to get pressed in between. So I'll do that and be back in a minute. All right, so I have finished cutting the cardboard and the paper, and I've started to assemble them. I think they look really good. I would recommend drilling the holes maybe a size and a half bigger than the screws that you're using because they'll get stuck and then you can't, it's a little bit more difficult to attach the top to the bottom because the screws will kind of get a little wonky. But if they're loose, then they're much more easy to manipulate. So I went ahead and I did that on all of them. I had to go back out and widen those holes on all of them. So that really sucked. So I would definitely recommend making them a size bigger. And I also went with these little wing nuts so that way it's easier to twist on and off than a regular nut. It's just a little bit easier on the fingers. But I am going to be done for today. And tomorrow I'm going to come back in and then paint and decorate the front of them so they're not just plain pieces of wood. Although I think this looks really nice just as is. But I plan on giving it as a gift, so I want it to look a little bit more personalized. So I'm going to put just a white base coat on it today, and then tomorrow come back in and decorate it. Hello, good morning. It's the next day, so it is time to paint the tops of the presses. Trying something a little bit different today. I'm going to put you up here on this side instead of on this side because I think this is going to be a better view for you. Hopefully that works out. So I'm just going to switch up and get started. Alrighty, so I've done some trials for how I want it to look. I think ultimately I'm going to go with this here, like a wreath of different flowers around the initial. So I've picked out some colors over here and I'm just gonna get started. I hate this. And I did it in black. Okay, so I wiped it off. And I thought I would try something different with maybe like the puffy paint because it's got a nozzle. It might be easier to make circles. But you can see here how it just flattens itself out. And now I'm like not even sure what to do. I kind of am thinking maybe just the pencil. That might just be enough. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just do the pencil outline, kind of make it look a little bit messy, and then go from there. I think this looks okay. I'm going to have to go in with like the base paint and kind of clean up the edges here. I'm thinking for the next one, I've got a different idea for what to do about the circle, and I'm thinking I'm going to use this green in the middle. So I'm going to do that now. All right, so I've got those all done. I'm going to let them dry a little bit more, add some just like finishing touches on them, add the initials in the middle, and I'll show you when it's all done. I think these turned out so good. Even the one I kind of messed up on, I still think that looks pretty good. You can hardly see, well, it's not even picking up on the camera, but you can, like, if you look at it in person, you can kind of see where the original black paint lines were, but I think these came out really fun. So you just, in order to get them to work, you just unscrew the wing nuts at the top, and then you take the top off, and then you just press the flowers in between the two white pages. Put it back on, put the top on, screw the wing nuts, good to go. Because it's kind of big, it's a little tricky to just do one-handed, but if you just set it down, line them up, push it on, And then you can just screw these right on top. I think this is going to be super fun to have when I go on my trip. So I've got the crowns from last week and then these little flower presses. But yeah, I think this will be a great gift for my friend. She is a park ranger. So I know that she loves anything kind of nature, outdoors, outside. I think a mini flower press is going to be perfect. And then I wanted one, and I didn't want our other friend to feel left out, so I made her one as well. But I think these are just awesome. Simple enough. It did take me 2 days, but I think that's because I wanted to paint one of them, and I didn't have enough time yesterday to do it all. But I definitely think you could do it all in one day if you had the time. So anyways, this was super fun. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I do post new videos every Thursday, so I will see you next week. Bye-bye.